Get out the insurance cards, get out the co-pays. The office is open, my friends. Brought to you by drroto.com.
Yo, everybody, it's Heat Override. So let's get to it. Bring the pain! What's up, everybody? It's Heat Override, and I'm ready to bring the pain for you and Dr. Roto this week. Ooh, yeah! What a thrilling opening weekend has been for the MLB. Go Dodgers! Finished up the sweep, got the day off, so we doing real good. DFS is looking good. Definitely had Judge in my lineup. Had Jazz in the lineup, so everything's going really good so far. I need Cincinnati's bats to wake up, but man, it's time to bring the pain! Ooh, yeah! Woo! All right, if you don't know, I'm going to do a little review of Moreno versus Erceg, right? But first, of course, I wanted to do my review of my betting articles over the weekend. I had the cash props have definitely been hitting. I've hit a few home runs. Of course, if you're in the subs only Discord, there's been a ton of home run props, a ton of lineup props by Lou, me, and a few other guys just putting it all in there. And this is about the time of the year when you need to start listening to Dr. Roto in the mornings on SiriusXM Fantasy so that you can get the Roto Visionaries and the Beta Visionaries as well too, man. Doc's giving it out, and he's giving it out to you early enough to get your lineups in check, because we all know on the weekends that it gets a little, everything starts a little early. 1 o'clock, sometimes you get a 12:05 a game, sometimes an 11:30 game. You never know. I mean, they always do that thing in Boston coming up anyway. So, let's just get to it. I'm going to do a review. I'll start with the Heat-tastic picks. Heat-tastic picks went great, of course. Martinez, under 2.5 rounds, got the knockout in the first. And, you would have had that too if you were at Dr. Roto. Again, this article is behind the paywall for a reason. And it's definitely been doing good. I'll let you know the record at the end. Okay, we got Lupi Godinez. We had that fight go in the distance. Bam. We got Rosas. We had him winning. And he did. So there we go on that. And then we had Shariaz. We had him for DFS, and we had Rafa Garcia for DFS. All of that played out perfectly for a 5-0 record for the overall total of this article, the Heat-tastic picks, to move to 23-7 overall since I started it and started the UFC journey at Dr. Roto with the Fight Club of Pain. Ooh, yeah! Speaking of the Fight Club of Pain, let's just get right to that. Man, me and Dan was having so much fun, right? And we didn't know what was going to happen. We're sitting here talking about Kelvin Gastelum and Joe Pyfer. And the next thing you know, that fight cancels. However, I caught him off. We got Rosas Jr. Both of us picked him. Both get the win. Again, these are just free. We're just having fun, people. And that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to provide a lot of free content through the podcasts and the live podcasts that the Fight Club of Pain has been doing, and all of the expertise that we have been getting from all of the other experts, both in college basketball, hockey, NBA, everything's been going on, right? PGA. So let's just kick it up, right? We both picked Kevin Borjas, even though that was like one of the craziest moments where I literally was like, Dan, look at these 4 fighters. So then Dan goes and puts down Rojas, and then next thing you know, we got Borjas, and he's caught off guard. So after that little bit of funny moment, we got it done. Both of us got the win on that. Bam. Then he got a little crazy with Drew Dober, thinking he was like, man, my guy's never been finished. But I was all on Manuel Torres, as you heard from the show, and it went down in the first round. Man, I'm so happy I had him on my DFS lineups. This was a fun DFS lineup kind of week, too. We'll look that up. Then, of course, we both picked Brandon Moreno over Steve Erceg. Moreno just took it to him. A lot of haymakers, a lot of fun shots. He really just outboxed Erceg, but Erceg did good. He did good. There was no problem with him. It's just, and again, it comes back to Moreno. How many haymakers did he shoot? How many times did he do that? But him keeping his hands up the whole time just allowed for so much blocking. I really like this one point in the match. It was late. 4th round, 5th round. Erceg throws a kick, and Moreno blocks it with his right hand and immediately does a lunging right hook after it. It didn't hit because Erceg pulled back fast enough, but at the same time, that just shows how dialed in Moreno was. And that just right there. So Dan goes 3-1. I go 4-0. But let's just go this. Let's hit this up because I'm about to say something. I had my first perfect fight card. I picked Medeiros, Emmers, Costa, Garcia, Godinez, Gautier, Chariz, Rosas, Martinez, Borjas, Torres, and Moreno for a perfect 12-0. That's crazy. And I feel so good. Again, the work we're doing at the Fight Club of Pain with Dan coming in with his analytics and then me pulling in all of the numbers, all the DFS numbers, giving out live bets, talking about it while FanDuel's changing it. There was a point that Dober was a plus 195 for a knockout. Like, that means that FanDuel thought that he was going to get the knockout. No, that's not what happened. That's not what happened, right? So that is why I bring those things out. That is why I talk it. DFS lineup, right? So I gave out Moreno, Gastelum, Martinez, Torres, Borjas, and Rosas, right? And, of course, Gastelum, I had to pivot. I actually just pivoted to Pikel. I just went to Pikel, right? And it worked out. Cashed. Both DraftKings lineups cashed. FanDuel tried some weird things this morning. Like, they weren't counting some of the fighters. There was some weird thing going on with the contest yesterday. Anyway, I ended up cashing on all of those, placed in the top 30%. Unfortunately, in the two $8 lineups, I missed by a couple points and 10 points, so I did not pull back. If I would have hit those lineups, I would have smashed so much more money. But I was winning like $50 to $100 all day long. Ended up not coming out as much as I want, but I did double up. That's what we go for, right? And even though I missed both those $8 lineups, at the same time, it was worth the shot. But what I should have did was play that $8 lineup on my third lineup because that was my best lineup, and that lineup was the one that I didn't really play too much in and that I put in later in the day yesterday, and I didn't have any big contests. It was just like a single up, 1,500 people for like $1 or $2. And, you know, that's sometimes what happens if you don't get on it and you're doing stuff on FanDuel, DraftKings, you're doing betting, both sides. You have your MLB stuff you're getting on. And heck, I've just been writing all my NFC draft articles right now. So there's just a lot going on. There's a lot coming out on both Dr. Roto and Dr. Roto MSN. And that's what's been so fun during this football offseason. That's what's been keeping it all together. That's what's been keeping the wheels turning and just making sure that we're giving out that product to help you win that money. And this week has been a very, very, very good week at Dr. Roto. You have to get over to there. Use code word DOC and head to the subs only Discord. Even if you're only in the subs only Discord, you will get more than enough. With Fantasy Clown giving out bets across all sports all day long, you have more than enough. His methods have been working. I want to give him Ed credit for what he's been doing and explaining it and showing, hey, there's going to be times that you're going to take losses and there's going to be times that you're going to win a lot of money, right? Like the whole betting dogs at the beginning of the March Madness. That being said, when you go through that and you go through the numbers, that's just what we're offering. And that's what I want to talk about with that. But also I want to say that this is where this journey has become. A lot of people, again, being the new guy on the block in the UFC and the MMA industry and having to learn all these fights and these fighters. Again, I said this 1,000 times right now, but 2 months in, I've watched all these fighters. So I know how these fighters are going to fight the next time I see them. I know the play. Again, being a point fighter myself, seeing fights, doing sparring. We just had 2 guys go to Cincinnati and punch a ticket to London, right? In point fighting. And that is an amazing honor for TKO Erie. So congratulations, guys. You know I love the shit out of that. But that's what I'm talking about is the commitment that some fighters do. And that is the commitment that I give to you, not only in just baseball and football, but now for UFC. And that is what the Fight Club of Pain was created for, so that we could have a blend of people come in. But right now, me and Dan have been cooking, and you have been eating, and I hope that you're ready for next week's meal, because I'm ready to get into it today. But first, I got a lot of stuff to do. I wanted to get this podcast out and done. Have a great day, everybody, and always remember to bring the perfection when it comes to the fights. You think I wasn't going to say anything? That's how it goes down. I told you so. And now you can hear me say it out loud that I am the cream of the crop. When the UFC shares show up, we gonna be on top one day. But until then, let's get us some more action. Yeah!
Thanks for stopping by the office. Get your fantasy prescription by subscribing to the channel and checking out drroto.com. Until the next visit, be well and take care.